How did a generic free-to-play shooter with nothing special going for it become one of the hottest hypes in the first-person shooter scene in just 2 weeks? Shatterline is how. After a series of playtests, Shatterline recently launched into early access, which means everyone can sit down and experience this generic piece of totally fun gaming. And in this case, generic isn't bad. It's good because Shatterline isn't trying to be something it's not. It just wants to be a simplistic shooter with variety and grit. Shatterline delivers on all these points. Do remember that it is early access though, which means it isn't going to be perfect yet. And because it has both PvP and PvE, it has a little something for everyone. What makes Shatterline generic is that it doesn't really do anything unique. It borrows features from several different games. It has the ability-based class system from Overwatch, and the running and sliding feels very much like Call of Duty alongside its arcade shooting style. I've also heard people compare it to Warface, Dirty Bombs and other games. It also doesn't try to reinvent the wheel with new game modes. It takes the best from the best and puts it together in a generic masterpiece. They borrowed so much from other games, I'm almost surprised they didn't add a Battle Royale mode. Shatterline has all the well-known PvP modes like the classic Team Deathmatch, Conquest where you capture objectives to score points, and Escort where you and your team must either move a payload across the map or stop the other team from doing so. Nothing you haven't heard of before. And they'll be adding even more in the future from what I've been reading. What makes Shatterline shine for me though is that it also has PvE. Currently there is only one game mode called Expedition. This is a roguelike co-op mode for 3 players where the objective is to get as far as you can without your whole team dying. You start out with nothing but the handgun, and as you progress you get to choose different guns, grenades and buffs for your character. These can be buffs like explosive bullets or the ability to heal on melee kills, and much more. You use these to fight your way through random events that eventually climax in a big event or boss fight. I'll tell you, this game mode is hard and totally worth playing. Because of this though, Shatterline caters to both types of players. Those who want fast-paced PvP and those who just want to chill out with some PvE. You do however want to play a little bit of both, seeing as you unlock blueprints that lets you craft modifications to improve your weapons. These modifications work just as well in PvP as in PvE. The guns are also leveled up simply by using them, which unlocks attachments to further improve them. And it's great that it works this way. When we lose an expedition and I start raging at my teammates for all of my mistakes, I can jump into PvP and get out some aggression. And again, when I lose in PvP because I had shitty teammates but only getting 2 kills and dying 13 times myself, I can feed that rage into expeditions. It's like a never-ending cycle of rage and despair. What I really like about Shatterline is that it functions as a great base for future development. Not only for the expeditions, but for the game in general. Once you play a few rounds of Expedition, you've kind of seen it all. You'll start seeing the same events again and again, and the only difference will be the gear and abilities you're using. It's gonna be so easy for them to expand on this game mode to become something even more. More events, more abilities, more enemy types, more secrets, just more of everything to make it into a more dynamic experience. We will also be seeing co-op story missions. This game has lore and backstory that we get a glimpse of in the intro and some tidbits as we load into Expeditions, and it seems to be, well, kind of generic. But I'm still interested to find out more as it progresses. Currently, the first piece of story seems to be dropping in 2 days, where it will be the weekly event. I hope it stays around after this week, so that people who miss it get to go through it as well. If it ends up being time locked, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed. I also can't make a video like this without mentioning the dev team at FragLab LLC. These guys are based out of Kyiv and developed this game while their country was being ravaged by war. The game is both self-made and self-published. That's a success story in itself. I also love that they've clearly stated that we, the players, can help improve Shatterline and shape its future through feedback. If you have any suggestions for the Shatterline devs, I recommend you join their Discord. I'm gonna be leaving a link for their Discord in the description. They're on the Discord themselves, and that's where they take our feedback. Since the game will be a live service, FragLab needs to earn some money to be able to support the game. They are doing that by selling cosmetics and a battle pass. There's no pay-to-win elements in this at all, so no gameplay will be affected. Personally, I don't really think that any of the skins look that cool, but some of the weapon skins are definitely cool. I also generally don't buy battle passes, as I don't want to feel like I'm wasting money by not playing enough, and therefore feel like I'm being forced to play more to unlock everything in the battle pass. But I might just get it for Shatterline to support these developers. If there's a team that deserves it, it's these guys. If you haven't yet, go check out Shatterline to see if you like it and drop it a nice review on Steam if you do. It's sitting at mixed reviews right now, where it has no business being in my opinion. If you're aching for a new battle royale, you should watch this video right here, right now, to see if Super People is a game for you. Like Shatterline, it features class-based gameplay. Also subscribe for more content related to free-to-play gaming. Bye bye!